the best translation of the Sanskrit word Ananda that I know is peace. You've obviously studied the Vedantic tradition. You're probably familiar with the traditional translation of Ananda as bliss.
Yeah.
And when many of us first heard of this bliss, which is supposed to be the essential nature of ourself, and we obviously didn't feel bliss. Bliss to a Western ear is some extraordinary heightened state. And so when we heard that our true nature was bliss, or that enlightenment is the experience of bliss, we conceived of enlightenment as an extraordinary exotic experience.
Yeah,
and then went off in search of that experience, and of course always fell short of it, and therefore always felt we were failing.
Yeah.
And some of us stay in this state of chasing this extraordinary, exotic, blissful experience for 2, 3, 4 decades because of a misunderstanding that enlightenment and the bliss that is supposed to accompany it is some extraordinary experience, rather than understanding that it is just the nature of our being as it is now, after it has been divested of all the qualities of experience, and that bliss is to a Western mind is not really the right word for that. It's more like peace or quiet joy. Joy that is not itself an experience, not an exotic or an extraordinary experience. It's just the nature of being.
So this is what exactly, that's what, so this bliss, it doesn't feel like bliss, but clearly we're talking about what's here, because I'm trying to see that through self-inquiry and through an analysis of what is this experience that's here, and this knowing, to see what knowing actually is, whether the knowing is some sort of meaning there.
Well, I think if I understand you correctly, James, you're right. What we really value in any experience is the consciousness aspect of it.
Yeah.
It's like I said in the analogy that I used earlier today and yesterday, I think that the thirst quenching element in any drink is its water content.
Yeah.
Everything else just is a superfluous taste that attracts us to the drink. Exactly. But it's the water that really quenches our thirst.
Yeah.
So when we're attracted to a wonderful experience, we think, oh, this marvelous experience I'm going to have is going to quench my thirst for happiness. And we get the experience. And indeed, we find our thirst for happiness is quenched. We feel happiness. What is it that has really given us? What is it in that experience that gives the experience of happiness? It is the consciousness aspect of the experience. It's the pure water, which itself doesn't have any objective qualities, but it is the carrier of all objective qualities. Like the water is the carrier of the taste of apple or the taste of tea, but itself has no taste.
Yeah.
So the consciousness is this extraordinary experience that we're after with another person or another object or another activity. Consciousness is the carrier of the qualities of that experience, the particular qualities of the experience, but the value that we place, that we derive from the experience, doesn't come from its qualities. It comes from the consciousness aspect.
Yes, exactly.
So you're right. What it is that really gives value and meaning to an experience is the consciousness aspect.
Exactly.
And you're right in the context of this conversation. Its value, its meaning to us, it is Ananda.
Yes,
it is Ananda. Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
It is the Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yes.
Yeah, I had this question for a week, and during the meditations today and yesterday, I did feel you actually answered my question, but I wanted to give it to you anyway.
Yes.
But thank you very much for
Yes.
for confirming.
No, it's a very interesting question. It's an interesting way of speaking about Ananda. It's not the normal way, but it took me a while to understand what you were saying. But I understand now, and yes, you're right. Ananda is the value aspect.
Yeah.
It's the water in the wine.
Yes, exactly.